All right, today I'm going to talk a little bit about tracking and statistics and what are the things that we can track. So in order to, we're out because, just quickly, show of hands, who wants more money? Just chuck your hand up. All right, who's after more sales? All right, who's after more customers? All right, who finds sometimes the recruiting process, like if only you had like a bunch load of people that you could help, right? If you had a bunch load that you could help, then you would happily do that all day, but who's finding the recruiting process just a little tricky, right? Yeah, that can happen. Look, some days I sit there and cry and go, why do I even bother? Right? And I do it because I love the actual work that I do, but recruiting can be hard. I don't know, I notice that as I run sales classes and I do all sorts of things with networking, that maybe not everybody realizes exactly what you're sitting amongst and how many people you're sitting amongst. So I want to have a little talk about tracking. Who writes down a list of everybody that they go networking with? All right. Now, I know that there's a lot of you that do now because I bang on about it like all the time, right? So here's what you can do with it. And it's a good way to track things is I have what's called a networking list book. Right? So every single networking event I go to, I have a big book that I write notes from, but from those notes, I have an index book of just the networking events that I've been to. So this is this year's one, and you can see every single list, every event that I have been to that has more than me and someone else, so 3 or more people in it, becomes a networking event. And this by itself can show me, and the reason I have it manually, because I can pick it up and walk around the house and I can come up with ideas with all these people that are in it. On top of just having an index list of every person that I've been networking with this year, so I can go in and go, oh God, Liesl, where's Liesl? I haven't seen Liesl in ages. Actually, where's Liesl? What's going on? I can have that idea. Maybe I should invite her back out again. I can run into people that have gone, who's, let's say, Sally Estlin. Who is that? Oh my gosh. So if I've got an index of my notes, I can go back to my notes. Now, all I do is write the name of the event and the date. That's it. Notice who's at the top of this list. This one. Right? Anyone noticing something? It's me, right? So no one is more important at any networking event than you. So when I say that it's not me, it's you. So at the top of your list is you, right? That way you remember that you went. If Glenn called me up and said, hey, Missy, I can't do business at breakfast, but hey, who was there this morning? I could take a picture of the list and send it to him. If I show up at the top, I am the first person that Glenn remembers for the whole entire meeting. And so I want to advertise himself the most. If I show up at the bottom, he's not going to even notice I'm there. If I write me at the bottom, he'll think it's him over time. And if I don't put my name on at all, well, then I haven't advertised myself at all. And it's important that you remember that you were there and you are the most important person sitting at the event. Now, there's lots of things you can do with this list. I'm not going to get into it. I've got 3 minutes. But if you start doing this, on the other side of tracking is you can start to see how much work you're sitting amongst. I'll give you a quick little example. All right. If we go right up until Tuesday of this week, so from the 1st of January to the 10th of May, I have been to 171 networking events this year. And I have sat amongst 2,368 people. So if people aren't sure quite where they can get work, it's sitting here amongst us, right? So if all I want to do is increase my sales group, and this is my sales group here, right? If all I want to do is increase the numbers in the sales group, well, I have to just look at the networking events I've been to, which I just itemize at the top, right? If I've been to 171, I haven't grown the group by 171. So clearly I'm doing a lot of advertising, but maybe I'm not doing enough follow-up. What am I not doing? Right? This book is very telling. It will tell you. If you think, oh no, nobody knows what I want, nobody wants what I have. Well, I've sat amongst 2,368 people. Surely somebody does. And if they don't, it's not because I'm not consistent. It's because I clearly haven't given my message out very well. So what am I missing? So this book becomes very telling as to what you're doing, what you're not doing, and how you can tweak it to make it better. Because all the sales are sitting there. We just have to know what we're doing with it. All right, that's my tip on networking, tracking, and what to do with all your networking events.